me because I refuse to give him bios. Sometimes he calls me a ladybug, sometimes I'm a fairy, it's all sorts of things. Yeah, I'm very happy to be here and very happy to see everybody else here. Casual dating. Maybe I bleed a little on your mattress during sex. And maybe I've been with enough men by now not to care. To laugh when you say it's like I killed a small rodent. I come back with a bunch of days like grapes in my hand, flop lengthwise, smiling, yawning a bullfrog's yawn, and find it still there, startled by your hands, still molded in the shapes of me. And maybe, when the light is sneaking back, I stand on a pile of last night's clothes, opening a mute mouth. I am a raw stomach, and the memories that precede me. Okay, so I'm going to sort of preface this one. My poems are usually about that long. This one is still in progress, and it's like sort of a page, and I feel like it's going to be two, so my mind is all over the place right now. I'm kind of scared of it, because I don't quite know how to handle long poems. So I wanted to sort of just test drive it here. It doesn't have a title yet. But I will say, I grew up in Southern California.
Yeah.
Where? Santa Barbara. And hey, don't judge.
Really not.
Not in Muncie. Anyway. So I grew up in Southern California. When I was a little girl, we had this huge fire called the Painted Cave Fires. Chumash Indians are the ones who live in our area. And so it was their painted caves. The fire started up around there, up around like the hills in Santa Barbara, and I happened to be on the beach with a friend and her parents, and just remember everything going silent and the whole sky turning orange and the sun being enormous and orange, and all of us hiding our faces from the ash and trying to get rides like away from the beach. And it was a really wild experience, and I've always wanted it to show up in my poetry, and it finally has, although not with a super child. So, anyway. Waiting by the car, all mud, sand, and desultory feet, I lean on black, wet, jeweled asphalt, acknowledging the tide under a sky rife with ash. The sun, an orange glob. The caves nearby are burning. I look out far. I look out until I breathe on my own back and wonder if I'd ever gone. Without your eyes, Anna, without our four mirrors reflecting ad infinitum, I might be nothing. As the sea goes unnoticed without our feet to feel it, as these words mean nothing without these that follow, so I could not be even the soughing of the waves without our leaning little bits onto each other. Yet I appear inviolate in my aloofness as the caves still standing among their fiery eyrie, the painted caves of California's Chumash, where hands met hands overlapping whites and blues across those once cool walls. What would they say to me, standing still among this royal of rumbling cars? Anna, come close so I can see myself in your eyes. You rush towards me, shake us into the car with your hands shielding a Lexi dog's face. People pack into the seaside restaurant, leaning on each other, leaning on the wooden tables that lean on the floor, on the sand and cement and on our eyes. This I wrote for a good friend of mine who has a very earthy childbirth. She's had 3 children, and one night we were all sitting around at her apartment, just drinking, and she told us for about 45 minutes about the birth of her last child, and we all sat there riveted the entire time, and I felt that I had read about it. Stay. She is in the tub, belly cresting the water. Her body is willing him out. Look, past the smudged slip of window, how the wind swells through them, how it bows the live branches, like that, and we nod. Soothing is the musk of her sweat in the water, the whiteness of unpainted toenails that waver near the drain. Lean, measure how close she is. She is smiling at our faces, feeling the wind through the birch trees. It's something like ecstasy we sought with washcloths, her chin resting on the bones of her chest. And she fights, almost, the inevitable crowning. And she holds her belly as if no one could ever again be this close. Thank you.